Okay, this will be an interesting one. This is the kind of thing I would have probably read as a teenager when I was a teenager, so it was like Dolly magazine. But this one's got a different name, and I think it's much the same kind of content, sort of girly sort of content. So we'll see how we go. I'm going to leave it on 100. We'll see how we go with it. It's not my taste, and I don't recommend it. I purchased it because I needed some more material to kind of demo with, because I run out of material all the time. I photocopy just about everything of use in this unit, so I'm sort of always running out of ideas to photocopy, and I do buy a lot of things and give things away or throw or whatever, donate. So it's good to be able to donate stuff that you don't want anymore, or stuff I just buy for the demos. It's just like an investment. I don't have that much money. I'm just working on this stuff for my future and the future of my future husband, which is Luigi. And I've got big plans for my future to help other people in this world, to help make this planet clean and green. So let's see what we have. We're going to photocopy. We've got here, it's none other than Girlfriend. Who knows Girlfriend? I'm pretty sure a lot of people do. Girlfriend magazine. It's not my thing, and if I was a teenager again, I probably wouldn't have read it. I don't think they had this when I was a teen or a late childhood. I started reading Dolly magazine actually before I became a teen. I was about 12, so I think my mum bought it for me, my first Dolly magazine. I remember reading it on a coach that I was on when I was going, I think, to Brisbane. So it reminds me of a coach journey that I was on. And anyway, that looks pretty cool. It looks really good. I think now we've got to do some work on the colours. It looks a bit yucky colour-wise, but I like the layout of the job. I don't know what I'm going to do. We're going to just take this and we're going to work on it. But it looks good. So far it looks good. We just have to do more work on it. Hoping to make this look really nice. But basically, yeah, I remember reading it on a coach journey I took to Brisbane, where I live, which is Sydney. It's where I got my penchant for road travel holidays, is from my parents. We didn't catch the plane, we mainly caught the coach, or I called it the bus, but basically it's called a coach, actually. Now this hue has got to go and be a lot warmer. Wondering, I'm going to make this a second negative image of this. Let's see how it goes. See if we can make this a really interesting piece. Something different. But yeah, it's like that. I remember the coach journey going to Brisbane just vaguely and reading Dolly magazine on the way to, and you know, it was really interesting. But that looks interesting. I like the fact that we got lots of yellow in this picture. I think a bit of blue or a bit of cyan would look good, but I'm wondering if we're going to just do another, version of that. So we'll just take the first take away. But that looks really good. That's really good for an image that was a positive image. So we're going to see how we go, reversing it back to negative again. See if we can make it look really nice. I'm not sure if it's going to look all that good, but we're going to see. I'm just going to line this up, overlap the edges a bit to get rid of the borders that we might encounter. So I'm just going to drop that down, and I'm going to go here. Thinking we're just going to leave it, fuck it. The hue is going to stay in the middle. We might change this to not too much blue instead of red. We're going to make this a bit more interesting. Let's see how we go with this. Hopefully, oh, I forgot one thing. Let's just stop it. We're just going to throw in, of course, the slight enlargement. So we're going to make it 104 by 104. So we're now going to try it again and see what these new settings, slightly changed settings, will yield. And let's see how we go. So it's going back to negative mode again, negative image. So let's see how it looks. Whoa, it looks almost like a positive image. It looks too dark, and I don't know if I like it. I don't like it, folks, but at least we've got an extra colour there. I'm wondering if we could, maybe the hue might be a little bit too warm, and maybe the blue might be making it too blue now. So, wondering, I'm wishing we had to put yellow in, whatever. So we're just gonna leave it at that, and we're gonna just take this, we're gonna put it in the centre. We're not gonna make it too extreme like that. And here we're just gonna add a little bit of coolness, and maybe we can just take out the blue. Maybe reintroduce a little bit of red and see what happens. It's not an easy thing to work with. Sometimes you don't always get it the way you'd like it. We'll soon find out if we've made this a treat with all these new settings we've added. Yeah, it looks a bit better now. It looks a lot more contoured. This looks a bit heavy, and now this looks a bit... It still isn't up to my standard. I'm just wondering if we're just going to remove the negative positive and just keep the image that we have on the glass like that. So we're going to just go, and we're just going to switch off all these functions here. So we're going to get rid of negative positive. We're going to get rid of magenta, and we're just going to keep the colours set. Maybe we're going to throw in some more red, and maybe we're going to leave the hue as is, and let's see if we've made this look even better. It's an interesting thing to work with, these equipments. However flawed these equipments are and badly designed and designed for dump, well, basically you can do some amazing things with them if you know what you're doing. That looks very red, and the yellow looks like it's almost is blended into the green. Looks a bit too yellow green. I'm going to try something else. So maybe the green looks too, it looks shit. It's not too bad, it's interesting. So maybe the hue can go further. And maybe we got too much red. We're going back to the blue. So we're going to make the blue a feature of this. So let's see if we go back to blue again, just a little bit of extra blue to make things a little bit more interesting, hopefully. This is a challenge, folks. I may not make this as satisfactory as I'd like it to be for my own intents and purposes, but hopefully someone's going to like it. But now it's too green. You can't win, folks. I just can't seem to win with this one. So I'm going to try, and maybe we're going to try probably one more time to get this. We can't go on too long, and we don't have much paper on us. So maybe the blue is going to the centre, and the hue is a little bit too cold, which is going to make it too green. So we're just going to switch it like that. thinking we're just going to see how we go, and if this is, hopefully this will be the best one we'll have. I do want to do justice to this because it cost me money to buy the original, which is the magazine, so I want to get my money's worth, so to speak, on it. But that looks better now. There's a more contrasty colour contrast between the yellow and the green to a certain. So I think we can call this. It's not the greatest. It's not the greatest of all demos that we're doing, but I'm sure someone's going to like the colour scheme that's being shown on show for this. That's being showcased. Someone's going to like it. It's not just about me, folks. You guys have got to enjoy what you see in my work. You've got to enjoy it. Like, you know, it's not just about me entertaining myself. If I wanted to entertain myself, I wouldn't be putting these up on YouTube or burning them to disc to be played on the television. I wouldn't be doing these things if I was doing it for myself. Otherwise, I'd just be wasting time. And why would I bother even talking if it's not about you folks as well as myself? Yeah, you got to basically, it's got to go both ways. I'm trying to keep you guys entertained as much as creating something that I like as well. And even if the colours don't quite float my own boat, hopefully someone out there will enjoy the colours despite the fact that I don't really like them for my own intents. So you've got to I was actually thinking that green was better, to be honest. It's a hard thing to do. And for some reason I must have made the master copy a little bit shitty to start with, not to my liking at least anyway. And I was hoping that reversing it twice would do something, or whatever amount of time I did it. But anyway, that looks quite okay. I think we can call this prolongated demo quits.